Welcome back to the kingdom, KingCrocman. Today I'm with my cousin again. Say hello.
Hola.
And today we're reacting to, editor just put up the title, Strangest Creatures in the Ocean, or whatever along those lines.
Basically, right.
And if you're new here, consider subscribing. We're almost making it to almost 500 subscribers, so if you want to help with that milestone, that'd be greatly appreciated. Anyway, let's get on to it.
No doubt about it, the ocean is home to some of the weirdest and most unusual deep-sea creatures ever. We haven't even come across up to half of them, as a huge percentage of the ocean hasn't even been explored yet.
Big fish.
However, researchers have been lucky to bump into some crazy creatures that are worth talking about. In today's video, we'll take you through some of
Okay, let's
those
just
strange
skip on to the
animals that
rest
will
of,
have you
like, to
thinking
actually
a
get
little
into
bit
it.
more. The sarcastic fringe head.
Ooh.
First, you may be wondering
Fringe
why
head.
scientists chose this
hell?
name out of all the names available. But we're just as confused as you are. Still,
Really?
that doesn't change the fact that this is one of the creepiest fish you'll ever find in the deepest part of the ocean. From a single glance, you can
looks like
tell
a
that
pit
they have a
bull.
really large and colorful mouth. However,
Someone tried
that
to
mouth is
mash
just
a
ready
dog
to
and a
snap
fish
open and
together.
reveal
It looks like
how
that
extremely
dinosaur
aggressive
from
these
Jurassic
fish are
Park that,
as
like,
soon as
opens
another
up.
sarcastic fringe head
It's exactly
dominant
like that.
and strong
It's like
sarcastic
a fish
fringe heads are
plus
towards other
Diplosaurus
smaller
plus
fishes.
Pitbull.
Damn,
The
he's having a
sarcastic
meal.
fringe head is mostly found in the northeast Pacific Ocean close to Baja, California. Just as their mouths can snap
Oh, I
open
guess he
to
just
feed
hides in
on
that
prey,
sweet
it
rock
can
right
also be a
there.
huge burden on numerous
Careful, little
occasions.
house.
Interestingly,
Kind of
their
live.
body sizes
Oh,
are
he's
quite
tiny.
small. At number 9, scotoplanes. Another name for these deep-sea creatures
What the
is
heck
the
is that?
sea pig. Surprisingly,
it's
they
like-
look nothing
it looks
like
like
the
it's
pigs we
it's
see
like-
on land with pink bodies
This
and a
is a bunch
short
of
snout.
worms.
Instead, they have a semi-transparent body with multiple legs,
Ew.
giving the impression of a
That's kind of
see-through
gross. Imagine
octopus.
feeling that. It must feel like
Scotoplanes
filled
are a
with
jelly-like
rubber.
creature
Weird.
that are categorized as sea cucumbers. If you're thinking about that delicious green vegetable that you may have spent a huge chunk of your childhood running away from, then you're wrong. Scotoplanes are nothing like those, and we would never advise you to have any close to your mouth.
Oh, it's eating
But
it
that's
inside.
if you've ever
I
had
just
the
realized
chance
it's,
to
like,
come across them
going
anyway,
underneath.
as this creature lives in some of the darkest parts of the bottom of the ocean.
Same.
At number 8, the red handfish. The
It's got
Wobbegong
fingers.
red handfish is one of the strangest
Dude, it looks like a
creatures you'll ever
chicken.
come across in the ocean.
Done.
It's no wonder that
It
they're
looks
on the
like
critically endangered species list, especially with their weird outlook.
Concerned.
Your best chance
It
of
looks
finding the red
just like he's
handfish
just like,
is
I'm gonna kill someone.
He looks so concerned.
if you went deep sea diving in the southern Tasmania part of Australia. However, you'd have to take a trip down to the sea floor where you'll find these lovely red handfish
little
walking
hands.
around on the
I
sea
want to,
floor.
like, give him a little
So
handshake
why
or
is it called a
something.
red handfish? Well, one glance at what passes for its
Ooh, that's
hands,
a nice color.
and you
I like
won't need
that.
any more explanation.
Same color as your shirt.
These are visibly red, while this creature grows as long as 15 centimeters.
Oh, I was about to
Its
say.
tail
I
is
thought I was
also
about to
covered-
say 15 feet. I was just like,
Oh, no.
what?
Please no. That's too big for any fish.
It's arms though. Look at them arms. They're honky.
Fingers.
Yeah. Oh. That's weird.
And denticles, which are tooth-like scales and quite sharp.
He
Those
looks
hands are
like-
not just for aesthetics,
he
but
looks
the
like
red
Alfred
handfish
from
uses them to move around on the ocean
Weirdly.
floor. Interestingly, they are quite similar to human hands, as these
Good.
unique sets of fins are nothing like what you've seen before. At number 7, the Atlantic wolf
Oh, look at its
fish.
fangs.
If you were to list out the deep-sea creatures
Oh,
that are your
that's so
friends,
cool.
the
Yeah,
Atlantic
that
wolffish
thing. I
wouldn't
remember
be
that.
on that list. These are strictly predatory
Ew,
species of
its
fish
head's all
with really
wrinkly.
sharp
It's
teeth.
so ew.
However,
It looks
these
like it's
canine red
chapped.
teeth come in handy while
Look at
feeding
them
on invertebrates
lips.
with spiny or hard bodies like marine snails and sea urchins. When provoked enough, they can also get very aggressive towards human beings,
Oh,
so you'd have to
goodness
watch your
gracious.
step.
Big.
They're
To
so
find the
big.
Atlantic wolffish,
That's
you'd
too
have to journey
big.
to the Arctic and North Atlantic Oceans, where they can grow to as long
Ugh.
as 5 feet. Since they prefer to live in waters that are colder than the usual warm
Really
surfaces,
uncomfortable as
they
well.
live at the
What the
very bottom
hell?
of the ocean,
Nope.
from as little as
Never going swimming in the
328
ocean
feet
again.
to as deep as
I don't go to swing in the
1,640 feet.
ocean in general.
Since it also shares a close resemblance to an eel with a long body, the Atlantic wolffish
That's
is
too
sometimes
long.
referred to as the wolf eel. At number 6, the red vampire squid. The first shocking detail about the red vampire squid
looks
is
like an
that it's
umbrella.
not a squid
Looks like
or
he
even
has
an
a mustache.
octopus either.
He
And here comes the
does.
next shocker. The scientific
He
name
does,
for
oh
this
my
creature
God.
found deep in the sea is
He gives
actually
me bonjour
Vampiroteuthis infernalis. And when translated to English, it means vampire squid.
Ew, it's
hell.
Oh, it's
Now that
Ew.
gives you a lot to think about. Especially
Imagine being
regarding
grabbed
just how
by that.
dangerous the red
Don't you
vampire
wanna
squid can be.
hug?
The good news is that it
Ew.
doesn't actually
It's
feed
like
on
just
blood like
straight
the vampire
pincers.
its name may
That's
lead you to believe.
disgusting.
Instead, this creature, which is found at
Stabby
about
blanket.
3,300 feet into the ocean, is much gentler than its name. Instead, the red vampire squid feeds on decaying organic material on the ocean floor, which exists
Oh,
as
that's so
marine
weird.
snow. So you would say that they are herbivores, feeding on the organic matter similar to dead leaves in the
omnivores,
forest. At number 5, the faceless cusk eel. That's right, the faceless cusk eel.
What?
It actually has no face, hence the choice of name. When you're face to face with this creature, you'd feel like you're
It was
staring
a-
at two rear ends on a fish, which is
It looks
pretty
like a
weird.
butthole with eyes.
For the Harry Potter fans,
does.
this reminds you of the
Ew.
Dementors, and this is pretty much the ocean version of the faceless monsters.
Is that like
The
an
first
actual
time
fixture
researchers ever
of that
came
thing?
across the faceless cusk eel
is,
was in Australia in 1874. Then, less than a decade later, another group of Australian researchers finally came across them again when they went to about 13,000
must
feet
be rare
below the
then.
ocean
13,000
surface.
feet.
So if this fish has no face,
Oh, man.
how does it
That's
even
just,
feed or see? The mouth is under the rest of the body of the faceless cusk eel, and it extends when it is time to catch some
Same.
food. At number 4,
Ooh,
the
big
big
fin.
fin squid. In November
It
of
literally looks
2021,
like Steve.
scientists
No, it
out
looks
on
like
an
an Enderman.
expedition in the
Like
Gulf of
Alex to an
Mexico
extent.
came across an
It looks like
unexpected
a
find.
puppet.
Right there in the deep sea,
Ew,
a
its
big
arms
fin
are all
squid
long and
swam by
stuff.
gently. What was truly spectacular about this creature was its rare physical appearance and how difficult it is to come across animals like this in the ocean. The big fin squid looks very much like an alien
Yeah.
out of the many sci-fi movies we've watched over the years. They have tentacles with weird bends and shiny yet huge fins. To cap it all off,
That's
the arms and
unsettling.
tentacles have extensions that seem like long spaghetti. One surprising feature of this squid is that it's difficult to tell which are its arms and which ones are tentacles. And this is not how it
worse.
should be
That
for
makes
squid.
sense so much
So it's not
worse.
surprising that there have been less than 30 confirmed sightings of the big fin squid ever since the first one was discovered in
Oh, that's
1998.
crazy.
At number 3, the leafy sea dragon.
I've seen those ones.
In the
before,
depths of
too.
the waters of the Kangaroo Island of Australia
Australian
lies the
mate.
leafy sea dragon, which could pass ordinarily for your average seaweed. But a closer look will reveal that it's actually a fish,
just like-
and
he's
that's
just like,
honestly really
"Whoa."
hard to
Me
believe.
too, buddy. Me
They're
too.
known as leafy sea dragons because they are part of the
He
same
must be having
family
such a
as the
hard time to move
seahorse
around if
and
he just has, like, little
obviously
stubs
look like
for
a bunch of
legs.
leaves.
Mm-hmm.
However, the leafy sea dragon is alive and grows to as long as 24 centimeters. This interesting creature moves around with its tiny fins, and when it's hungry, it feeds on small crustaceans and plankton.
It's so
The great
strangely
thing about this
shaped.
deep
It's
sea
bothering
creature
me.
is that its appearance serves as the perfect
He's so
disguise for hiding from
stiff.
Yeah,
predators.
it feels like
It's
a
as easy as
stick.
blending in with the
Twigs.
seaweed on the ocean floor. At
Oh,
number 2, the northern stargazer.
oh my god!
We bet you've
no.
seen
How
Now
big is
very
that?
few fish that look
big
this strange
fish.
as the northern
How big is
stargazer.
it? Oh, that's a big
The best
fish.
place to find this weird creature is off the east coast of the United States, and you'd have to dive really deep into the
Oh
ocean
no!
to do
Ugh, I
this.
hate that.
Still, there's a lot to say about the appearance of this creature that grows to be as long as 50
Oh, okay. I
centimeters.
was about to say 50
Just at
feet.
the top of its
50
head are
centimeters
white
isn't
spots,
bad.
which contrast a
That's
lot
so
with its overall
chunky,
blackish brown
dude.
body.
That thing
It
is
also has some stripes on the tail
chunky,
that
bro.
get you thinking about
Editor
animals
Jonas,
like the
bleep that out,
tiger and the
please. Thank
cheetah for
you.
a bit. However, the northern stargazer
Oh, that's not that
is nothing
big.
like them with its eyes and
It's
nostrils
terrifying,
that
but
sit
oh,
firmly
its
on
teeth!
top of
Ew,
its
you can
head.
see its teeth.
Instead of its mouth facing outwards like most fish, the northern stargazer has a mouth that's positioned upwards. It spends most of its days buried inside the sand on the ocean floor and then swallows any unlucky smaller fish in one big gulp anytime it wants a meal. And at number 1, the wabagong. No, this is not a rug that should be in your sitting room. What you're looking at is actually the wabagong, which belongs to the carpet shark family. That explains why it looks like an old piece of rug. But trust us when we say that you wouldn't want to have a shark that close to you. If you would like to go exploring to find one of these super sharks, then you'd have to check out the tropical waters of the Indian Ocean and the Western
Right.
Pacific Ocean. In these waters, they spend
Ew, it's
most
all
of their
flat
time
and stuff.
resting on the sea floor, with almost no one having any
Oh,
idea
this
that
is
they're there due to their flat bodies.
Oh, I
However,
just
as they wait,
this whole
they're
thing, it's
also
been a
looking
minute
out for
and,
a
like, I
tasty
barely
meal that they
registered
would
what-
get
I
as
kinda
soon as a
Oh!
lobster, crab, octopus, or
well, that was
An
an
unsettling
experience.
moment. I'm scared of the ocean now.
I'm
Watch
terrified.
that. I've always been scared of the ocean. I'm more scared of the ocean now.
Thank you all so much for joining me in this reaction video. Give a like for my cousin, and there will be a video on screen for another reaction video. And thank you all for visiting the kingdom. Goodbye.